Hey everybody, Kevin from Palmetto Cats. I've been down with the sickness and I'm trying to get back at it, but I just could not muster the energy to get up this morning to go fishing, and especially since it's been raining day after day here. Instead, I'm going to start building another bait table. Before we get started, I need to be clear. I operate a fishing channel, not a DIY channel. So I'm gonna do the best that I can, and I hope that it helps you. The basic design comes from Fishing and Stuff. I'll put a link to his channel page down in the description, but I've done some things a little bit differently, so I'll just show you how I did mine. All right, this cutting board is gonna be black. It's a food safe cutting board that I got on Amazon.com. It's 28 inches by 18 inches by ½ inch thick. And I paid about $27 on Amazon.com. So here's my hand for some scale. It's pretty big. The first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut 4 inches off of the back. And that way I can keep this rounded edge on the top. To mark my measurements, I have these Sharpie metallic markers, and they mark up pretty good on the black plastic. Don't worry about that. It'll wash off quickly. Nothing sticks to this board. Alright, that was our 4-inch piece across the back. Next, we're going to take 2 inches off of each side. Alright, from here, our base piece is finished. Next thing we have to do is cut our pieces to length. So we have this first piece we cut along the back. You can see now it's too long. So we're going to take 2 inches off each side so that it'll sit up on the back. And then we have to take our side pieces, which are long enough, but we don't want them to hang over the edge. We don't want it to hang over the edge, so we're gonna cut 1/4 of an inch off of the back of each one of these pieces. All right, so there you go. After you've cut them down, you should have something that looks kind of like this, roughly. And I still have to go back and sand the edges so that they're not so rough. And I haven't screwed them down, obviously. But yeah, that's how it should look before you screw it down. You just want to take some sandpaper and just sand the edges. There's the remnants. I just had some 100 grit sandpaper sitting around, and that seems to be doing the job. You don't really want to use a sander or anything on this because it'll melt it before you see results. So I find that just using sandpaper in my hand works just fine. All right, now that we have all our pieces cut and sanded and cleaned up, the next thing we're gonna do is pre-drill our holes for our screws. And before we do that, we have to clamp up these pieces and make sure they don't move on us. Basically what I'm doing is I'm pre-drilling holes where my screws are going to go, and then I'm going to take a countersink bit and go back and countersink it for the screw heads. So what I'm using is a number 8 3/4 inch stainless steel oval head Phillips head sheet metal screw. That's a mouthful. Now I'm going to go ahead and start my screws in these holes and then hold up the back plate and screw it in. Now we're going to do the same thing with the side pieces. And just FYI, I'm going overboard on the screws, just in case you haven't noticed. Alright, there we go. It's got some scratches on it. That's par for the course. We're working with black plastic. As you can see, it's not much different than the board I built first. There are some differences. Here I have a cutout for some pliers, and here I have a cutout for my bait knife. And I do have some vents in the back to let guts and stuff splash out. Those are all personal preference. And also the mount. The biggest question I get is, how do I have it mounted? This is just a Scotty mount that you use for Scotty rod holders or for kayaks for holding depth finders or graphs. I didn't put that on there, and here's the reason why. It's going to be up to you. So for those of you who stuck around to the end, here's the little treat. You can win this cutting board. I'm on track to get to 1,000 subscribers here in September, and so as a gift, as a prize, as a way to say thank you to all of my new and old subscribers, I'm going to be doing a drawing for this bait board. And it's going to be up to you how you mount it to your boat, or if you use it on the bank, however you want to use it. Here's how you win. Number 1, you have to be a subscriber. Number 2, you have to comment below and tell me how you would use this bait board. And number 3, you have to share the video. Subscriber, comment, share, and go ahead and like this video. So once I hit 1,000 subscribers, I'll do a special live broadcast where I will select the winner of this brand new cutting board, this bait board from Palmetto Cats. All right, that's it. Until next time, happy fishing.